Hello, hello, back again. Um, yeah, I kind of got cut off last time, unintentionally, because I was invited into squads, and I don't like to cancel out right now because sometimes that bugs people out, and I seem to have gotten invited to multiples back to back because all of a sudden my clan decided, oh, let's invite RezDog. Uh, the only thing is I really didn't feel up to it. Um, it's not that I don't like people or anything like that. I mean, I think I've only actually went into Discord uh, with my clan maybe three times, maybe four. I don't think I actually made it to the fourth time. I don't know. It's not that I don't like people. It's just that I mean, last couple of years has kind of been a hard bleed on my system when it comes to dealing with people. Um, without being hyperbolic, I've pretty much lost everyone in my life, and there's only one person left, and that's my mother, and I take care of her because she's got cancer, and that's it. My father's passed. I don't have siblings. I never had children. Aunts and uncles don't exist at this point. Grandparents don't exist. Wife left me. Oldest friend of years, finally we just kind of ended up going our own ways. Nothing that wasn't foreseen, but it's just how it all kind of came about within the last couple of years. And I just don't have a lot of energy left in me because of that. A lot of energy for relationships, that kind of stuff. Many years ago, I knew a woman that kind of had an analogy for love, is what she was for her. I see it as energy. Love is relationship energy. It's what you put into a relationship at a certain level. Her theory is that we're all like buckets, and that energy kind of fills those buckets up over time. Imagine, if you will, one of those spigots out on a athletic field, just sticking up out of the grass, a bucket hanging on it, a little bit of a drip slowly filling it over time, drip, 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 right? Well, when your bucket's full or nearly full, and then when there's people in your life and they're in need, you have something to give. You can pour from your bucket into their bucket. You can give them some strength because you have some left over, right? Well, unfortunately, with everything that I've been through in the last couple of years, my bucket's about empty. I don't have much to give at this point, and everything I do have left in me, I need from my mother. So I don't spend a lot of time going into chat or doing some things like that, not because I don't like people, not because I don't want to. I just don't have the energy right now, and I'm not willing to commit to anything. Maybe when I refine my center and refine my little spot in the world, I'll get back into things. But for right now, that's just not where I'm at. Not to be a downer, don't need to be a Debbie Downer. That's just kind of the case of things sometimes, right? Where are we at? Oh my goodness. Looks like we're doing alright. I'm gonna go down here and get this beacon, because Wait a minute, who's so suddenly coming on me? At any rate though, I was watching Tony's stream, but you know, it's the Uber hangar, right? He runs the Mentors hangar, so it's like watching Adrian play or Danny Lightning. You know, he's got the ultimate sword, the ultimate arms, and the ultimate leech, and the ultimate scorpion, and the ultimate this, and the ultimate that, and I kind of don't expect somebody that's running a $10,000-$12,000 hangar to to not be able to pull top damage. You know, that's taking it to 7 beacons, not bad. That's taking it to a little bit more of an extreme than in most cases. Once again, that goes to the fact that, you know, you can have a pretty fat hangar, but there's some stuff out there that's just crazy. And so, you know I watched him out there, and like Nitro Duck was with him, and Nitro Duck's got like a 8K rating. He plays a lot, and I've went out onto the field with Nitro, and I love playing with Nitro because it's kind of like having somebody with a real similar approach to me. You know, I get out on the field and I turn around and he's right there in the area that I'm at, working kind of the same way I am, and so I always have a good time when I drop with Nitro Duck. Well, you know, he didn't even stand a chance against Tony, and I don't know that it's necessarily that Tony's so great. It's just that, you know, he's not a bad player. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player. But it's just so hard to tell where he's at because, you know, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a full boat and a full arsenal of all of this UE stuff and being able to put UE weapons on everything, etc. It would certainly up my damage a notch. And I usually come out at number 1. So if you take someone, you know, with my skill and which isn't the best out there, and you give me all that stuff, yeah, I could probably knock another 10% more damage out of where I'm at right now. And while that might not sound like much, it's enough to consistently put you up another notch. Really, it is. I'd like to see Tony with a more normal hangar, even for upper champs, something a little bit more normal. It's an extreme minority that has all of that stuff. Absolutely a Teth, absolutely, you know, whatever that new thing is, the Strix, absolutely, you know, sword or two. But I don't know. It just got very repetitive after a while for me. I'd like to see a little bit more variety in there. I do like one thing that he does though, and that's always doing the 2-mans, right? That's nice because he gets people involved, and if I compare that to say Spaz, right? Spaz and now Spider, since those two kind of merged. All you really see from Spaz is Spaz playing with Spaz, right? And Spaz clan playing with Spaz. It's very, very rare that they play with anybody else. And it's actually very, very rare at this point now that they get too engaged with the chat or anything outside of their little group that's playing. If you like listening to Spaz chat with other Spaz members, and watch them play with other spaz members. That's great, but for me, it gets a little boring. I don't really watch that much. Another one I don't really understand is like Bubble Beast, right? As far as I can tell, her entire audience is older males hoping to catch an eye. I don't know how else to put it, because there's like zero engagement. She doesn't talk, doesn't do anything, and you just sit there and watch her play the game, and to me that's just super boring. Oh, that sucked. Threw myself right into the side of the hill. That's better. But more like the Professor. I mean, here we have another very good player, right? But if you watch it, it's just always the Professor with the Professor's preferred guys, and I don't know, it just gets kind of boring. You know, it's one thing I really appreciate about Tank is he mixes it up. He takes just about anybody who's open to whatever. At the same time, I think he needs to be a little bit more selective sometimes, not in failing to be able to squad with some of the people he's squatted with for a long time that are maybe not like high champions, but just to put his groups together so that like he's specifically squatting with people below him so that it's not too brutal on the matchmaker for them, or he's at the bottom and he's squatting with people like me or RezDog, etc. And that way he'll get better matchups, you know, because the way he does it right now, it makes it very tough to get good matchups. Uh-oh, where are we at right now? We're in trouble? Are we in trouble? No, we're not in trouble. I'm in trouble. We're not in trouble. Alright. And why did I say I was in trouble? Because I was taking damage. Oh. That's the new thing everybody's doing there. Crinkle effects to try to slow down the healing of the UC. Force you into doing great damage healing. Who do we have here? Oh, these things are tough. Uh-oh. Got a sword coming in for a chop chop. And he misses! Yay! Miss! Uh-oh. There's people on me now. That never works out for my benefit. You know, I'm just trying to get some beacons here, people. This is not supposed to be as big a deal as it is. Ah, thank goodness it's over. Ah! I don't know why, but that game seemed a long one. You know, and Billy, the problem with Billy is he keeps himself so low level that I can't really squad with him at all, except for at the very beginning of a season when I'm down at 5,000. Then it's not so painful for him. Otherwise, it's just not fair to him. So, I really get my best matchups with like with Burrs and Tony actually, regardless of anything else. Where are we at on this one? Not bad. 9 and 5. C, nothing. Bad you, bad you. It's really probably the one thing that really bugs me is like, you know, throw some effort in there. See, so whenever I see somebody who's like a 4,400 and you know they got like, you know, 1,000 points or 200,000, I know they can do more. See, 4,400. 7. So I try to look at it and I say, okay, if you're doing less than 500,000 and you're sub 5K, you're not really trying. If you're doing less than 1,000,000 and you're a champion, you're not trying. That's all I really hit on. Although there are times when I saw a guy earlier, I don't know, Chinese maybe, Korean, who knows. But one of those cases where I hit him with my cryo death on a full Frederick, and I didn't do any damage to him. I don't see that many of those guys, but every once in a while I do see those people that are like that. I wonder how am I doing on this month's donations? Yeah, I know. I got 65K sitting there. It's just kind of, you know, I grow it up a little bit, but to be fair, I still have 8,800 in donations so far for this season, which outside of 4 people in the clan, I think, and who donated specific amounts. I think I am the highest one. I think I'm number 5 in the list for general thorium production. Most of the time I'll break 10K fairly easily. Sometimes I'll break 18K. It really depends on what's out there. And you know, what's nice is, you know, this is very cheap the way they run it. And quite honestly, you don't need anything other than, see, it's all turned off. The only thing that we like is the 40% for the, and these things you don't have a choice over, but is the 40% for your orbital strike. Really, I mean, what else do you need, right? What else do you need? And if your members are smart, and we have a lot of members that aren't that smart, or this is just inactive, but like this guy here, I don't know why he's not donating. But thank goodness I don't have to worry about it. I'm not the lead in it. But the thing about it is that don't ever do this. This is just such a waste. You have to burn so much thorium for this, and the numbers you get are so low. Bear in mind, it takes 10K to get it, and it takes 10,025 to fully upgrade it. I know, 10,025. How convenient! How convenient! Because what happens then is you go and, for example, 10,025. I found that out because I just wanted to give something the bump one time. And the heck is it? Anyways, though, at the time, for whatever it was, I was able to there, you know, you can buy 3 of these. Well, why do you need 3 of them? Well, because if you wanted to buy this outright, 10,000 gets you it unleveled. Another 10,000 gets you all but 25 points, and they don't sell it in less than 10,000 blocks, so you have to buy 1 more if you want to finish it off. I just sometimes picks is just, you know, they don't act in good faith. I kind of don't like that. Shall we do one more? Let's do one more. Let's do one more and see if I get my butt handed to me. I had some really ugly fights earlier. You know, Friday night, a lot of people on, and you know, there's a fair number of good players out there. I still don't use this new bot a whole lot. I like the way it moves and stuff. I kind of got to liking the damage that I get off of the 3 alphas. You know, on the Ultimate Arthur. And I've just had a hard time giving that up. You know? And it's got that solid shield. Now granted, it's vulnerable from the back and a bit from the sides, but the damage output is just so great. If 3 people are gonna go there, I'm not gonna fight 3 people. That's just crazy talk. So I'll just come back this way. Take this one. And then look at them, they're all running off to go to spawn camp. Come back here, take this one. That works out nice, huh? Yeah. There we go. There we go. Took the one beacon. Take the other beacon back. And get back into the fray. I always like how the Samjocks think that they can get away. It's very interesting. That they totally forget how this thing works. Yay, hello! Hello! Officer friendly! Uh-oh, I hate those ones. Get away from me, Lychee. Lychee bro. Ah! Jeez, I'm trying to get away. Alright, oh my goodness. Okay. Is that a raven? I'll be darned. You don't see too many of those. There's a reason for that. Oh. Oh, now everybody's dropping the Titans. This particular build is not really the Titan Destroyer. It's just very, very durable. Looks like we have everything else, so I am going to change robots. Try to get back into the fight before too much disappears. All right. Not too bad, I guess. But see, it's just really hard to get around the Ultimate Arthur. It's 3 alphas on the top and the Frederick. My guess is that when they nerf the Frederick again, oh wow, I don't normally get that many. It's very rare for me to see that many kills. For me to see 15 or 16, yeah, I get that often enough that it's not a surprise. But for me to get 18, 20 plus, wow, that's a surprising amount. They must have been low level. 43. Look at this. Look at this, expert. Poor guy. Bottom 5,000. 4,000. 4,007. 52. 46. 43. 48. 51. 43. Yeah. Yeah. There's just not much you can do. Is what it is sometimes, is what it is. Alright, people. Or person. If anyone. Take care.